I'm going to blow out some duck egg shells so I can decorate them for Easter. My name's Julie from Julie Davis Flower Workshops and Flower Start, the online flower arranging classes. Let's get started. First of all, of course, I've got my eggs, and these are duck eggs. And I've chosen these because they're a really good size and they're quite pale as well. My normal hen's eggs are quite brown, so the colouring I'm going to do on them later isn't going to show up. So I've got some of those. I've also got some sewing needles. So I think that's probably a tapestry needle. So it's quite chunky. You could use a drawing pin or a nail. You just need to be really careful. Whatever you're using is going to be strong enough to break through your eggshell, but not so damaging that it's going to crack your shell up in half. I've got a cloth just in case of emergencies. I've got a jar to collect the innards of the egg, and also I've got a kebab stick because I need to break down the egg yolk inside the shell. So here we go. So what I'm going to do first of all is to put my egg in an egg cup, because you need to be able to brace the shell. If you just hold it in your hand, you run the risk that you're going to crunch, squash the egg, and you just need a bit of resistance to push against. And it's a matter of just pushing and just gently push, 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 push. And with that, I've managed to get through already. So that just took, 3 or 4 gentle pushes. Turn the egg the other way up, back into the egg cup. So again, you've got some firm resistance to work against. And again, push, 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 push. So this time I want to make this hole a little bit bigger, because that's where the innards of the egg are going to flow out from. So I need to work my way around the edge of that hole, just nibbling away at the edges, and all the time being careful and not being too forceful that I break the shell, but equally you need to have a certain degree of conviction with your actions, otherwise you're just not going to break through the egg. So I've opened up a hole there. It's probably 2 or 3 millimeters long, and then a matter of turning the egg over again, holding it over the container that's going to collect your innards, and just start to blow. Oh, I've missed a step out. I needed, oops, it has started to come out, but I've forgotten, let's just get that white to slip out, that I wanted to joggle up the insides, because the whole of while the egg white is starting to come out, the egg yolk, you just need to break it up a little bit. So I'm just juggling around with the skewer there, and then we'll start blowing, and it should make things a lot easier. So again, the egg yolk is coming out, the egg white, sorry, is coming out. So another blow. And you can see that the egg yolk is now coming out. Just let that all drip out. And then when you're happy that it's all, the innards have come out of the egg, I will then wash the egg before I start using it. A bit messy there, but you get the idea that now I've got a hollow egg that I can decorate. So what I'm going to try and do this time is take it, I've got a jewellery hammer here, it's a really lightweight hammer, and with my needle there, I'm just really gently tapping it in, and that is loads easier to do than trying to press the needle in just by hand. And then once you've made a little hole, you can start to make that a tiny bit bigger, just being careful again that you're not putting too much pressure in. And you could actually make a little hole, which I'm enlarging with the end of that skewer. Turn it over, same thing again. It's like just like banging a nail in, holding the nail steady, a couple of taps with my jewellery hammer, out that comes, and then I can start to make a bigger hole at this end, because that's where the innards of the egg are going to come out. So very gently nibbling away at the edges, just so the hole is made slightly bigger, and it'll make blowing the inside. Oops, just damaged it a little bit, but never mind, it's on the bottom so it won't show. So turn that over the other way and a wipe there. And there we have it, a jar of egg innards and 4 empty shells.